Another beautiful episode of a Growth Mindset is right here. My name is JK. You know how we do it on the show.
It takes a whole lot of dedication to study law. I would say that if it took me 9 years, it has taken some people 20 years. It has taken some people 15 years. We are still writing the exams. And yes, it has taken some people also 6 years to be called. So I don't.
What is your definition of success?
Thank you very much for this question. I always tell myself that Christabel, you're successful. I have come to understand that success is very separate or different from richness or riches, if I should say. Being successful to me means I had a purpose, I had an aim, and with perseverance, with determination, with all the trials and failures, I've been able to achieve it, and I'm living that purpose.
Beside me, I have an amazing young woman who's doing super well. I don't know how she juggles, the whole mother thing, being a wife, being a lawyer, and adding other business. So right here, I have with me Mrs. Christabel Derby Donkor Esquire. You need to, add it right there. Looking at her achievement, let me just give you a quick brief about her. So right here, she said Christabel Derby is a Ghanaian lawyer who has achieved something truly remarkable. She's been called to the bar both in Ghana and Gambia and currently serves as co-chair in the Commonwealth Youth Council representing young people across the globe. So Christabel Derby Donkor Esquire is my guest for today. Anytime I'm seated, we're going to delve deeper into the lives of great people who are contributing so much in their various industry. But before we set the ball rolling, make sure you're subscribing to our YouTube channel, leave your comment and share it amongst your friends and family and tell them we're about having a great conversation. But before I introduce you to my guest for today, let's go for a 10. When we come back, we move into the world of law. Welcome back. That's the growth mindset right on your socials. Again, to remind you, subscribe to our YouTube channel, leave a comment and share it amongst your friends and loved ones. Hi, lawyer. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. Yeah, thank you. We serve as Ghana's diplomats to the Commonwealth.
Okay.
And I handed over as the vice chairperson for the inclusion and engagement of the Commonwealth Youth Council in Samoa last year during the Commonwealth Heads of Governors meeting as vice chairperson. I also served as a co-chairperson of the Commonwealth Youth Advisory Board. I was actually appointed by the Commonwealth Secretariat to serve on this intergenerational advisory board, of which I also handed over in October last year, 2024. So currently I'm serving as a diplomat, as Ghana's official youth representative to the Commonwealth and the Nana High Commission in London.
Really humbled having you on our podcast today. Yeah, so before coming, I was told I was going to have a lawyer, so I need to go back into my constitution, get all my facts right, so I don't do any mistake. But great, looking at your story is quite inspiring. Putting yourself in this space, moving into the law school, I know it comes with a lot of stress. But let's talk about your decision to actually study law. What informed that decision?
Okay, I'll say that growing up, I've always wanted to be a lawyer. If you come to my house, everyone is an accountant. Yeah. So my dad is a chartered accountant. I have 5 sisters, and they are all chartered accountants. A brother, only one brother, and he's also a chartered accountant. But growing up, I always said I wanted to be a lawyer, and my dad will always say that even from the way you speak actually shows that you can be a good lawyer. And I think in 2014, I was in a particular pageant, Face of Teens Ghana. Then I went to Miss Teens Ghana. And on that pageant, I stated it there that I want to be a barrister in future. Then I didn't even realize what being a barrister is. But I would say that probably it's a passion. And I'm happy that today I'm a barrister, not just in Ghana, but in Gambia as well.
That's amazing. Quite an interesting story. I want us to even touch on some challenges you've actually faced, because we talk to lawyers or people who've now been called to the bar, the books they're supposed to be reading. I have a friend, I think in Gimpa, studying law, and the handouts and things he's supposed to be buying comes with a lot of money. How were you able to actually sail through, and also just run us through the process?
Okay, I'll say that studying law in Ghana. I do not want to say that you have to come from a good home, but oftentimes during your schooling, you get to know that a lot of your classmates are even people who are from good homes, whose parents are either judges or very important people in the society. So sometimes you can be asked probably who is your father, it's something like that. I would say that in my personal journey, I have faced a lot of challenges, but that challenges did not define.
Definitely.
Because I went to King's University College. It's not one of the best, or because it's not a government institution,
Yes.
see, and but I became the first person who was ever called to the bar as a Ghanaian. From King's University, when I got called to the Gambian bar as a Ghanaian, and from there I came to the Ghana School of Law. Yes. So I had a lot of setbacks. It took me 9 years to be able to achieve all this. It took me 9 solid years to be able to achieve all this because the failure came, but you have a purpose and therefore you'd always rise up again and focus and look at the ultimate goal. So in the whole 9 years, there were setbacks, but resilience kept me
going. Resilience is the word right here. Consistency is very key each and every time. But talking about 9 years, I think it's quite huge. Huge. So during those times, I know, you were doing your law. Were you doing other things aside law?
During the 9 years, I set up a foundation called the Derby's Foundation, which became, it's more or less like, it's a foundation for empowering young people in our society, not just young people and even young women. And aside the foundation, I was schooling. I became a student representative, council president in my school, which is during my university level. I was also into the student politics there, doing all the NUCS, USAG and all that. And from there, I contested for the Commonwealth Youth Council as vice chairperson. And all the 56 Commonwealth countries needed to vote. It's more or less like an election. And with my background, I was coming from King's University College. And even senior high school, I attended Takrady Senior High School. So I wasn't really coming from a background of which, in Ghana, if you look at the people from West
Girls, the Holy Child and all.
Holy Child and all that, right? With my background, a lot of people thought I couldn't make it or achieve it, or it was too big than me myself. But I've always had a purpose, and I knew I could do it.
Definitely.
So I contested for the Commonwealth Youth Council. I won. I became the first African and first woman to win that position. And at the same time, I attended Gambia Law School. I was schooling, I was studying, I passed it, but I came to Ghana School of Law. And at Ghana School of Law, it has taken me 3 years to be able to pass as a post-course student. Because when I was at the Ghana School of Law, I was still serving as a vice chairperson on the Commonwealth Youth Council. And I was still serving at the Commonwealth Secretariat as a co-chairperson of the Commonwealth Youth Advisory. Chairperson before I became Ghana's youth representative to the Commonwealth at the Ghana High Commission in London. So I was doing all of this, but perseverance, I was saying, and I was determined, I was consistent, I knew what I want and what I wanted to achieve. So within the 9 years, yes, I was still focused on the law, but I was doing
other things in there. Now, talking about we changing the narrative, we know back then when you talk about lawyers, we know it's a male-dominated industry. But finally, we have lots of women. I think this month, we had some people being called to the bar, and beautiful young ladies were in there making it. Do you think the narrative has changed now?
Yes, in our current dispensation, a lot of women are taking up space. I would always say that women in our current era or current dispensation, we do not need anyone to empower us. We are already empowered because I believe I can do it. If a man can do it, I can also do it. And that is why if I've been able to serve as a vice chairperson at the Commonwealth Secretariat on the Commonwealth Youth Council, I do not I come from any kind of influential background or a rich background, but I've been able to do it because of perseverance, because I was determined, because I knew this is something I wanted to do. So I started it, and it has actually led me to this far. So I know that, yes, the narrative has changed. Women are taking up space. Even if you come to law school, most of the times it is the women who are first and all that. Yes, winning all the awards at this year. It was a won the overall best student. Yes, best student. So this actually influence or actually speaks for itself.
Mhm.
The women are really taking up the space. Yes.
Here you are today. But would you, let's throw it back a little bit. Would you even remember your first case you ever handled?
First case. Okay, so far I'm not actually going to private litigation.
Yes,
I will be doing that very soon, but I've focused on international development, diplomacy. That has been my field.
your field, yeah.
Yes, yes. But I'll be coming back to doing litigation. The passion, that was the purpose.
Interesting.
Come back to it.
You come back to it.
9 years
It can't be wasted, not at all. But let's going back to Gambia. You made mention that you were called to the bar at that side. I want to know, are there any similarities in there with the Ghanaian law system?
Okay. So basically, let me give you a brief background of the Gambia legal system. So basically, even the first Chief Justice of Gambia was a Ghanaian. Okay, yes. And when I was in Gambia Law School, we actually had some judges in Gambia who were Ghanaians. They had an agreement with the government of Ghana to give them some kind of lawyers, to deploy them, some kind of judges.
Judges, yeah.
Yes, so the Gambian system is more or less like that of Ghana because they also practice what we call the common law. So basically, the Commonwealth countries, they practice what we call the common law. That is why a Ghanaian can even go to any Commonwealth country, go and have your law there, later come back to Ghana and come and do what we call the post-course school at the Ghana School of Law.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, so far as the country is a Commonwealth, a common law
country, yeah.
and they practice what we call the common law.
Right.
Go and do your law there. When you come back to Ghana, you do what we call the
That's interesting.
Yes, so basically in Gambia, their laws, their legal system, it's more or less like that of Ghana.
Ghana.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they oftentimes understand Ghana.
Okay, so let's just get on a lighter note, right? Let's move into the Ghanaian entertainment space. We've had a lot of people saying, oh, okay, the entertainment lawyers and all that. If you have the chance to represent one of these celebrities in court, who would it be?
I can't think of
Any. But can I mention names so that you just pick one?
So basically,
Let me do it. I'll put Tesco on there. So we have Patapa, we have Black Sharif and Shatawale. Who would you like to represent?
Yeah.
They're yummy. Why don't you want to represent them? Is it the brand?
No, not at all. Not at all. Probably I've actually not had that thought or any ideas of representing people in entertainment.
Okay.
Yes, and however, I'm actually open to anyone.
Corporate.
Yes.
But not entertainers.
Okay, I'm actually open.
Is there a different approach to you representing entertainers as a lawyer?
No, you just come your consultation, and that's
you take it from there. Now, I want us to even before we wrap the whole conversation, let's talk about your foundation. Yeah, what does it stand?
Yes, so I have the Derby's Foundation, and I now have the Empower Africa Alliance. So I started the Derby's Foundation in 2017, and this is because during growing up in my secondary school, I lived with someone because my school initially did not have a boarding school. That is when I had the experience on people who do not have parents. Right? Even though I have parents and they were in Accra, living with someone, it was a different ball game. And that is when I realized that, oh, this actually means young people who do not have parents really go through a lot. And I told myself at that young age that I would want to set up a foundation to look after or to help assist the young people from needy background who cannot go to school, who do not have everything available to them like I am having. And yes, that actually gave me that opportunity for a foundation. basically for young people. And later I added the Empower Africa Alliance to also add young women.
No. Would you say the reception has been great so far?
Yes, we started in 2017. We've done a couple of projects. I've trained over 1,000 young people. Wow. Yes, and we've actually distributed. Every year we distribute quite a number of exercise books and all, and school uniforms and things like that. And we've actually extended it beyond Ghana to Africa as well. And we are looking at even crossing Africa and reaching other Commonwealth countries, as I have come to connect with people from all over the Commonwealth countries, from Jamaica and all that, Trinidad and all that. So we are looking at extending our territory to other Commonwealth, ensuring that every young person has a voice, not just a voice, but is part of the decision, not just being part of the decision-making process, but it's part of its impact, the policies, how it affects all young people. So it's a step in the right direction, and we are still working towards it.
Yeah, there's something that crossed my mind I really want to find out. Yes, as stated earlier, we've seen a lot of people called to the bar, a lot of Ghanaians, everybody moving into the legal space. Is it the beauty of the ropes, or people are ready to understand, legal matters? That is why they are moving into the legal space, because I feel it's now choked.
Okay, so thank you. Because our population is also growing as a country, and that is one major reason. And not just because our population is growing, but I will not say that law is not an easy path for anyone to just wants to venture and try and draw because of the rope or because of the social media hype. I, for one, I said it has taken me 9 years. And in the 9 years, I have filled my papers 4 times. And you can imagine, when you are in Gambia Law School, we pay $8,000. In Ghana School of Law, if you're a post-course student, because you're already a lawyer and you want to also you have your visibility here in Ghana as a lawyer, you are going to pay £6,000. So I don't think, yes, we are in Ghana, but I paid £6,000 to study post-course to become a Ghanaian lawyer, just to get access to points in Ghana as well. So I don't think anyone would just want to start law school. It takes a whole lot, even before you can even pass your entrance exams to get admission to do the PLC. It's a whole lot. It's a whole game. So I don't think anyone would just want to do law for the beauty of it. It takes a lot of resilience. It takes a lot of constant practice. It takes a lot of determination. Sometimes you have to leave a lot of things behind, your friends, family, or your personal life, just to ensure that you pass your bar. There has been, when I was 7 with the Commonwealth, there were a lot of instances that the Commonwealth will pay for my flight, my per diem and everything, go to this country, go and I cannot go because I have a law exam. I cannot go because I need to be in class to do something. So it takes a whole lot of dedication to study law. I would say that if it took me 9 years, it has taken some people 10, 20 years. It has taken some people 15 years. We are still writing the exams. And yes, it has taken some people also 6 years to be called. So I don't think anyone would just want to waste such 5 years, 8, 10 years, 15 years just to become a lawyer for nothing. It's you have to have a purpose.
A purpose in there.
Yes, and there is an interest, and you are ready to represent the community. They are ready to defend justice. That is why
They are doing.
Yeah.
So what if one of your kids walks up to you, Mom, I want to be a lawyer?
You can be anything you want to be to support about it. Living in London, I came across a lot of people even doing music. There is a lady last 3 weeks before I came to Ghana. She's doing a PhD in Oxford. And when I met her, I asked, "Oh, what are you researching on?" And her PhD is in dancing. And some kind of funny dancer, but she's doing PhD.
Yeah.
And she's a white lady, and her family has supported her. So I was actually reminiscing on this. How many Ghanaian parents would support their kids to do a PhD in some sort of dancing? Probably it's even going to be like this racist system, but someone is doing a PhD in dancer, and she was called by the Commonwealth Secretariat to come and perform during our event and paid really well. So I think for me, my children,
Yeah,
yes,
adventure.
they are open to do anything they want to do. And I'm
Definitely.
always ready to support them.
Interesting. So we're wrapping up, and I want to find out from you, how would you, or what is your definition of success?
Yes. Thank you very much for this question. I always tell myself that Christabel, you're successful. So, in Ghana, I do not have a definite definition for it, but I've come to realize that in Ghana, if someone is successful, they think you are rich. I have come to understand that success is very separate or different from richness, or riches, if I should say. Being successful to me means I had a purpose, I had an aim, and with perseverance, with determination, with all the trials and failures, I've been able to achieve it, and I'm living that purpose.
Yeah.
And that is success too.
That's amazing. That's good, interesting. So, it's been an interesting conversation because I can listen to you over and over and over again. Because listening to your story is quite inspiring. To the young girl watching you, what are you going to tell them?
Okay, so I want to tell you that irrespective of your background, you can also do it. So start today and leave that growth. Ensure that you are teachable and be consistent, and you can also do it.
Wow, with consistency, make sure that you are teachable, and with growth, you can actually do it. So, Mrs. Christabel Derby Donkor Esquire, we really humbled having you on this episode. I know definitely with some legal matters, we're still going to call you and cover your idea. All right, so viewers, it's been an interesting episode right here on Growth Mindset with me, your man, JK, and we had right here Mrs. Christabel Derby Donkor, an Esquire lawyer. She's doing amazing when it comes to legal matters right here in Ghana and across. So what is stopping you from actually achieving what you want to do? It all has to do with you being very perseverant, be very consistent, and keep pushing in the hard work, and definitely success is going to crown it all. So make sure you're following us on our social, subscribe to our YouTube channel, share the link, like, and let the world know about Growth Mindset. Catch you again same time on our next episode.